Flocks of Hongkongers fly out early to savor the Christmas long weekend. Public transport operators beef up services for residents celebrating locally. And Turkiye recovers black box from jet crash that killed Libyan army chief. Good evening, you're watching Cable News. I'm Quentin Yang. It's Christmas Eve and many Hong Kong families are treating themselves to an overseas vacation to celebrate the festive holidays. Cheryl Yun tells us more.
It's a busy day at the Hong Kong International Airport as many Hong Kongers kick off their holidays early to celebrate Christmas abroad. Families heading off on vacation found themselves standing in long lines at the check-in counters, but it did little to dampen their cheerful holiday mood. One man is all set for Vietnam's Da Nang, where he looks forward to the stunning scenery and plenty of good food. I've never been to Shanghai before. It seems like such a vibrant city, so I picked it as my holiday destination, said one woman. Meanwhile, Japan remains a popular choice among Hong Kongers. With the weak Japanese yen, this man expects to spend five-figure sums per person on this trip with his family. The city is expecting around 11.52 million passenger crossings through sea, land and air control points over Christmas and New Year. The airport authorities said the airport's long-term parking spaces are fully occupied due to high demand during the holiday season, urging travelers to take public transport to the airport. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
Locally, Christmas revelers partying in Central and Tsim Sha Tsui are reminded about the crowd control measures and special transport arrangements in place. Meanwhile, most MTR lines will run overnight, and other public transport will ramp up services to facilitate festive celebrations and cross-border trips. Jimmy Liu has more details.
On Christmas Eve, most MTR local lines and 7 light rail routes will run overnight, with frequencies boosted during selected periods. The Airport Express will also extend its operating hours, with the last train departing at 1:30 a.m. the following day from Asia World Expo Station. Similar arrangements will apply to New Year's Eve. 2 main bus operators will also run special routes to help partygoers travel around the city. Starting tonight, City Bus will operate Special Express Route 260X between Central and Stanley, while KMB will run Route W4 connecting Tsim Sha Tsui and West Kowloon. To accommodate cross-border trips, many bus routes to and from land ports such as Shenzhen Bay and Lok Ma Chau will also enhance services. During peak hours, the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge cross-border shuttle bus or Gold Bus and the Lok Ma Chau-Huanggang shuttle or Yellow Bus will run as frequently as every 1 to 2 minutes if necessary. The Transport Department said it is expecting a large number of travelers and vehicles at border checkpoints during the Christmas long weekend. It urged travelers to use public transport, plan their trips early, and allow sufficient time for their journeys. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
The first batch of Guangdong vehicles entering Hong Kong under the southbound travel scheme nearly exhausted the initial daily quota of 100. While government car parks have introduced facilities tailored for Guangdong drivers, there are calls for broader upgrades across all car parks, especially in shopping malls and tourist hotspots. Cheryl Yun reports.
To accommodate the expected influx of mainland vehicles, 10 government car parks managed by the Transport Department have installed automatic toll gates at entrances designed for left-hand drive cars. Payment systems have also been upgraded to accept Alipay and WeChat Pay, electronic methods widely used on the mainland. Taking to the airwaves, lawmaker Peter Shiu said the scheme is expected to boost the economy as the drivers are typically high-spending visitors. He suggested Octopus Cards Limited provide preloaded $50 Octopus cards to these motorists to simplify payments at local car parks when they initially arrive in the city. On the same program, fellow lawmaker Ben Chen advised mainland drivers unfamiliar with Hong Kong roads to use government apps to find nearby parking spaces in advance. He acknowledged there would be some initial teething problems, but expressed confidence that after about 6 months, everyone would have adapted smoothly to the process. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
A sharp winter chill is set to hit Hong Kong tomorrow on the Christmas day, plunging the temperature to as low as 15 degrees. Authorities warn the cold weather, coinciding with the new flu variant, could fuel a spike in flu cases, prompting the activation of emergency measures. The hospital authority has launched service demand peak season special measures to manage an expected influx of patients. These include reserving extra beds and staff, postponing some non-urgent admissions, and offering refunds to stable patients who leave emergency queues. To further ease pressure, 18 family medicine clinics will remain open during the Christmas and Boxing Day holidays. The health threat is substantiated by recent data, with 7.81% of respiratory specimens testing positive for flu, well above the 4.94% baseline. Experts note the cooler air may allow viruses to survive longer in the environment. Compounding the risk, a University of Hong Kong study reviews most residents have very low antibody levels against the newly identified case subbranch of H3N2 virus currently circulating. Ivan Hong with HKU Department of Medicine warns this low community immunity raises the risk of a major outbreak. Researchers urge the public, especially children, the elderly, and those with chronic illnesses, to get vaccinated as soon as possible. In a major pre-holiday strike, Hong Kong Customs has seized approximately 83,000 suspected counterfeit goods with an estimated market value of $36 million, preventing a flood of fakes from reaching global markets. Over 28 separate investigations from December 8th to 19th led to the massive haul, which included luxury handbags, mobile phones, sneakers, and watches. Preliminary investigations suggested the counterfeit goods were destined for overseas markets, primarily in the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. Officers noted that criminals exploited the festive season surge in consumer spending and logistics volume to conduct illicit activities. In a related arrest, a 55-year-old truck driver was apprehended at the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge port, suspected of transporting counterfeit goods. Travelers heading to Japan could soon face an additional fee, with the Japanese government considering charging foreigners around 2,000 to 3,000 yen for a new pre-travel screening system called JESTA. Cheryl Yun has more.
The Japanese government is planning to launch an electronic travel authorization program known as JESTA in 2028. Visiting foreigners entering Japan would need to pay a fee of approximately 2,000 to 3,000 yen per person, which translates to about $100 to $150 as part of the online application process. JESTA will apply to visitors from countries and regions that currently enjoy visa-free access to Japan, including Hong Kong. Travelers must apply online at least 72 hours before departure, though most approvals are expected within hours. The East Asian island nation is bracing for a continued tourism surge, with inbound visitors expected to exceed 40 million in 2025 alone. The program aims to better manage the growing number of arrivals, enhance border security by pre-screening travelers, and create a steady revenue stream. Reports suggest the government may use the fee revenue to fund emergency support for foreign visitors during natural disasters. JESTA will also help curb foreign visitors engaging in unauthorized work or overstaying to participate in crimes, including rare terrorism-related activities. As of mid-2025, Japan recorded over 71,000 illegal overstay cases, with around 43,000 involving short-term visitor entries. Cheryl Yun, Cable News.
Libya's army chief and 7 others were killed when their private jet crashed near the Turkish capital of Ankara on Tuesday. Turkish officials have recovered the flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder from the wreckage, with initial investigations ruling out sabotage. Surveillance footage captured the moment the Falcon 50 aircraft, carrying Libyan Army's Chief of Staff Mohammed Ali Ahmed al-Haddad, plunged to the ground and burst into flames near Ankara. The crash killed all people on board, including 4 other senior Libyan military officials and 3 crew members. The delegation was returning to Libyan capital Tripoli after high-level defense talks in Ankara, aimed at boosting military cooperation. Flight data shows the plane departed Ankara's Esenboğa airport at 8:10 p.m. local time. About 40 minutes later, it reported an electrical fault and requested an emergency landing before all communication was lost. Wreckage was later found near a village in Ankara's Haymana district. Libyan Prime Minister Abdulhamid Dbeibah confirmed the deaths and declared 3 days of national mourning, calling it a great loss for the nation and the military. Meanwhile, the Libyan government is sending a team to Ankara to collaborate on the investigation, as the key figure behind the UN-backed efforts to integrate Libya's rival Eastern and Western administrations and local militias into a single national army. Al-Haddad's death is considered a significant setback to the country's fragile unification process. A massive explosion, fire, and collapse at a Pennsylvania nursing home in the United States killed at least 2 people and left several others unaccounted for. Officials said a gas leak might have caused the blast. Jimmy Liu reports.
The initial explosion caused a partial collapse, and roaring flames could be seen billowing from the building. Firefighters rushed to the scene. Utility crews also quickly cut off natural gas and electricity to the nursing home. The blast occurred around 2 p.m. local time on Tuesday at the Bristol Health and Rehab Center, about 32 kilometers northeast of Philadelphia. Over 50 residents aged between 50 and 95 are in the facility on a typical day, a nurse told local media outlets. Multiple people were stuck in stairwells and elevator shafts. Firefighters said parts of the first floor crumbled into the basement, so they had to dig by hand and use search dogs and sonar to locate victims. Around 15 to 30 seconds after rescuers pulled some of the injured from the fiery scene, there was another explosion. First responders said there was a strong smell of gas. A nursing home employee reported a similar observation.
On the weekend, we did smell gas, but because there was no heat in the room, so we didn't take it to be anything.
The latest state inspection report for the nursing home was in October, which found the facility not in compliance with fire safety regulations. These included failure to provide accurate floor plans, equip fire extinguishers, install smoke barrier partitions, and properly store oxygen cylinders. Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro called the explosion a tragic moment for the community and said officials suspected a gas leak. However, the cause of the explosion has yet to be confirmed, and an investigation is underway. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
Now let's take a look at the stock market. The Hang Seng Index ended the day up 44 points. Top active stocks of the day, SMIC was up $2.15. Alibaba was down $1.20. Xiaomi was up 2 cents, and Hua Hong Semiconductor was up $1.15. Santa Claus has arrived in Mexico, but he ditched his sleigh and moved into the underwater realm, turning into Aqua Santa, to bring Christmas greetings and send a message of conservation. Jimmy Liu tells us more.
At Mexico's Guadalajara Zoo, children and parents enjoyed a unique holiday experience in the aquarium. They watched Santa Claus perform pirouettes and dances underwater, a tradition for over 10 years at the park. The festive highlight was performed by the zoo's marine biologists, who are certified divers, such as Caleb Seha. However, preparing for the Aqua Santa role was a lengthy process. Once Seha managed to get into the suit, he had to put on the beard attached to the diving regulator mouthpiece. Still, the marine biologist felt honored and happy to share joy with children during the holiday season. The first thing they do is pose with the children for photos. They interact with the family, Seha said as he recalled how his appearance surprised visitors. Finally ready, Seha fell backwards into the tank. As chatters and squeals of delight followed. Zoo director Luis Soto said the submerged center is not just festive fun, it is also an innovative way to teach children about ocean conservation. One way we do this is by bringing them to meet our aquatic Santa Claus, and through that, we can tell them the story of the oceans and why they need protection, he said. Jamie Liu, Cable News.
On to the weather now, becoming cloudy with 1 or 2 light rain patches in the morning and at night. It will become cool tomorrow, with the temperatures falling from around 21 degrees at midnight to about 17 degrees in the morning. Dry with bright periods during the day, temperatures will fall further to about 15 degrees tomorrow night. That's our news tonight. I'm Quentin Yang. Thanks for watching and happy holidays.